You know how there are some items that you use up so fast, you have them on auto delivery on Amazon? Or you buy, I don't know, like a pair of shoes or some clothing, and you love it so much because of the fit or the color that you immediately go back and you buy a second one. That's what today's video is all about. These are the items that I've bought at least twice or maybe even more. These are the items that I tell my girlfriends all about. Hi everyone, my name is Renee Genie, and this is Renee Genie in a Bottle. I'm glad you're here today. If you're not familiar with my channel, I like to focus on things that involve anything for women that are 50 and older. We're going to talk about all different kinds of products today that I love. We'll start off with something that helps keep me cool in the summertime. I've got shoes, I've got clothing, 2 different hair care products, something to help me deal with my menopausal dry eyes, and how I keep my teeth white. It has been so hot across the country. It's been really hot where I live as well, over 100 degrees for several days in a row. Plus, add in for women who are 50 and older, they're dealing with menopausal hot flashes and it becomes really unbearable. So here's what's been helping me out during that heat. Mega Babe Body Dust. I get this on Amazon for $19.99. I love that it's talc free. It has been my go-to throughout the summer, trying to stay dry and comfortable during the blazing hot temperatures and the menopausal hot flashes. I use this product in all different kinds of ways. If I know I'm going to be outdoors, maybe attending a baseball game or something that I know I'll be outside for several hours, first I'll put on my deodorant and then I'll put a layer of this powder over the top of it. But besides putting it under your arms, you can also put it right under your bra line. That helps to keep my shirt and my bra dry all day long. I essentially put it any place that I want things to be less sweaty and less sticky. But you know when else I use this? I use this after I self-tan. I did a whole video on my different hacks for women 50 and older who are interested in self-tanning. I'll put that video after this video today. But this comes in so handy. I hate that sticky feeling after you put on self-tanner, just kind of walking around all day feeling uncomfortable as you're waiting for that tanner to develop. Especially for those of you who put the self-tanner on before they go to bed, this comes in so handy and I use it almost every single time I self-tan. Okay, there's one more time that I use this. Speaking of going to bed at nighttime, night sweats. That's my biggest issue. I wouldn't say that hot flashes are as much of a problem for me, but it is the night sweats. So again, I'll just put this in any area that gets sweaty overnight and it keeps me pretty comfortable. Okay, my next item is this Chicme built-in bra tank top, and that's the hook. It actually has a built-in bra. I'm going to turn it inside out so you can see. It almost has something like a jog bra underneath with this padding. Just a slight padding. I think it's just perfect. Again, I wear it in a size medium. You don't have to wear a bra underneath it. It is so comfortable. I have probably worn this top since I got it 2-3 times a week. I first bought the olive color here that I love, and then I've got the white one on right now. I wear these so often and they come in so handy when you're trying to figure out something that's a little bit cute, trendy, but will keep you cool through the summer. I reach for this tank top. Now, in terms of sizing, I am usually somewhere between a 38B and a 38C. So I'm pretty broad on top. As I mentioned, it's a medium in the tank top that I bought. I would suggest to buy either the size that you normally wear in tank tops or maybe go down a size because you want to get that support in the built-in bra. Next up are these Quigage, I think is how it would be pronounced. It starts off with a Q, Quigege, women's flip-flops. They're $16.99. You're not going to win any beauty contests when you're wearing these shoes, but trust me, these shoes serve a purpose. First off, you have 2 options for arch support. If you're like me, I like a little bit of an arch support. So I bought the white ones with the brown sole. That gives me a beautiful arch support. These don't have as much of an arch support. It's the same shoe. It's just, I think they call it the standard women's flip-flop, not the arch support one. Here's what they both have that I'm telling you is the best thing ever. See these little round bumps that are on the bottom of the shoe? And they have like a little crisscross kind of a detail to it. This prevents you from slipping your foot around when your feet are wet or they're sweaty. How many times have you walked in a pair of regular flip-flops and your foot just shot right out the side? Is it just me? In fact, that happened to me about 6 months ago, and that's the reason why I track these shoes down. I was just getting out of the sauna. I was soaked from head to toe as usual, had just your standard kind of flip-flops on with my towel. As I'm passing about 3 or 4 women that are in the main locker room area, I shoot out of that right side of my flip-flop, twist my ankle, and the towel goes flying and I go flying right onto the bench where all the women were getting dressed. After that incident, I said, that's it. There's got to be something better with some kind of texture to the part where you put your foot in the shoe that can prevent me from ever doing that again. And I found them. I think they're super comfortable. I think they're kind of cute. Again, they're not going to win any fashion contests, but I love them so much. I bought the first pair for the sauna, and then I bought a second pair for the boat. This next item is a lot more expensive than the other items that I just showed you. But if you're as uncoordinated as I am when it comes to styling my hair, these products are for you. It's called the Beachwaver. I bought 2 of them. The first one I bought was the 1-inch. It's a little bit smaller barrel. The second one I bought the 1.25 inch. They're both $99 each, and depending on what kind of look I want, depends on which size I grab. You don't have to flip your wrist or pull your arms up over your head to try to style your hair with this. It has a little tiny clip, which women my age, I know it was a little disconcerting at first because we're used to having that big long clip that goes all the way to the top. Trust me, you'll get the hang of it. This little one does the job just as well. Then you just push this button either one way or the other. You choose which way you want the roller to go, and it does the work for you. You've heard me mention many times that I suffer from severely dry eyes. It is no joke. I think it's a combination of menopause, living in a really dry climate. It may even be hereditary. I remember my mom, before she died, for several years complaining about having severely dry eyes. But what's really helped me, and what I have on reorder for Amazon, is this Optase HYLO night ointment. Now, I do a whole routine when it comes to my dry eyes at night. It's kind of embarrassing. I did a full video on that. If you also suffer from the same problem as me, I'll also list that video after this video today. What stopped me in my tracks and made me really start taking my dry eyes more seriously is when I got 2 corneal abrasions back to back. Probably one of the more painful things that I've ever been through. But since I started going through all the steps that I'll show you in the video after this one, I really feel that applying this HYLO Optase ointment in my eye every night has really helped. And heads up, if you do take me up on trying this, it's a pretty thick ointment, so put it in when you're laying in bed about to go to sleep. By the time you wake up in the morning, things will be cleared out, but your eye will not be nearly as dry. Okay, another product I have on reorder all the time is Castor Oil. I know, I've talked about Castor Oil on and on. I never claim that it's some kind of medical cure. I just feel like cosmetically, it's gonna make your 50 and older skin look a lot better, get rid of some of that crepiness, and give your skin a little bit of bounce. I use castor oil every single day, and I feel like it's really made a huge difference for my menopausal skin. I use the big tub of organic castor oil when I'm getting out of the shower every day. I'll list the product down in the description, and then as I'm just throughout the day looking down, maybe I see a little bit of dryness, a little bit of crepey skin, that's when I pull out the roll-on Gramaflow's organic castor oil. Just got a nice little roll-on applicator, and I just put it in any areas that I feel could use a little bit of shimmer and shine. Another product I find myself continuing to buy over and over again are purple hair toning drops. I feel like it helps keep my blonde less brassy between salon visits. I use 2 different types. I have the IGK Mixed Feelings. It is just a little applicator, and I'm going to squeeze out 1 little drop, as you can see. I just take that. Sometimes I mix it with my conditioner. Sometimes I just, after I shampoo my hair, get out of the shower, my hair's still wet, I'll take a couple of drops of that, rub it between my hands, and then I'll just rub it through my hair and then comb it through. Again, it kind of takes that extra little bit of yellowness out of my hair. I like to have a kind of a combination between golden and ash. If there's such thing, that happy medium, I feel like any of these purple toner drops can really help with that. I also buy a cheaper version of the purple toner drops. I will put both of them down in the description below. These purple toner drops are also great for ladies who have decided to let your hair grow gray. It helps to neutralize those yellow tones and make them a little bit more shiny and a little bit more white and less dull. I've been getting a few questions in the comments about how I keep my teeth white, so I thought I'd throw this one in too because I do continue to buy this particular product on Amazon. I really like these Opalescence teeth whitening syringes. There's a couple of syringes that come inside the box. I just have one left here. And it's not just a one-time use. I probably get 2 to 3 applications out of just this one syringe. It's not cheap. I believe the price $64 for 8 of them. 35% the active ingredient is carbamide peroxide. 35% is pretty strong. And for some folks, it can kind of zing their teeth and their gums as well. So if you're just starting off, maybe you give it a shot with the 15% dose, and then you could move up to 35. I bleach my teeth probably every 6 months to a year, but that's just because I'm happy with the color of my teeth right now. If you're not, you probably would do it more frequently. My dentist originally introduced me to these, but I would suggest that you talk to your dentist about it and make sure that it's appropriate for you. I had these professional trays made by my dentist, so you just take the product and put it in the tray. But if you don't have the professional trays, no big deal. I noticed on Amazon they have some really affordable trays that you can make yourself. I could probably do a full video on showing you all my little tricks and tips that I do when I'm using these professional trays and the syringes. If you're interested in learning more about how I bleach my teeth, I'm happy to do it. Put something in the comments down below and I'll consider doing a video in the future. There is a little bit of a learning curve with this, and I don't want you to be like my teenage son was years ago when he said he could do it all by himself and was pretty uncomfortable. Do you have certain things that you love so much that you put them on reorder, or you've gone back and bought a second one? Tell me about it in the comments. In fact, I've already bought a few of the items that you suggested to me last week when we were talking about face taping. Well, that's today's video. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. That's what this channel is all about, helping women that are 50 and older navigate these menopausal years. If you like this video today, please consider giving me a thumbs up, following me, or putting a comment down below. My name is Renee Genie, and this is Renee Genie in a Bottle. I hope to see you soon.